I'm back with another gameplay video for Domain Zoo. Starting off with the deck tech, we've got the same main deck I've been using for the past few weeks. Still got the 2 remans, they feel great. 1 Dromoka's Command. Looking at the sideboard, we've got our typical Graveyard Hate with Rest in Peace. We've got our Wear Tears, that's going to hit Urza Saga, it's going to hit any artifacts, things like that we need to destroy. We've got Flusterstorm, that's primarily for your Cascade matchups, or some creativity matchups where you want some extra counters. Teferi, again, that's also going to be for Cascade or control matchups. We've got Veil of Summer. That's very good against Scam. Any discard decks, also good against control. We've got that second Dromoka's Command. It can come in matchups where it's relevant, where you want the extra enchantment hate or you want the extra protection of your creatures. We've still got Gigantha as a companion. And then we're up to 3 Hidetsugu Consumes All. That's primarily because of the increase online I've seen recently of the Asmo food decks, that's Aspiring Spikes build, along with the Prowess decks. So both of those get hit by Hidetsugu, and it's also very good against Hammer Time, which just kind of seems to be ever present online. So this league ended up being a 1-3 start, so not nearly as successful as last week when I finished 4th overall. You can see that live stream of that top 8 in the video description if you want to see last week's challenge. But I decided to still post this video here just to showcase more of the deck in action, and maybe you can learn something from some maybe misplays or see how I play different matchups. So if you get value out of this type of content, go ahead, subscribe, comment below, let me know what you think, and enjoy the video. Okay, I'm here for round 1 of the challenge. Starting off, this is a 1-lander, so I'm going to have to mulligan that. This is better, so we're going to keep this in probably bottom Wooded Foothills. I am on this play this game, don't really have turn 1, so we'll just play our Triumph. Okay, is this scam? Maybe. I do have 2 bindings, which is he's probably going to take. But this is scam. But maybe it's not. Okay, Thoughtseize. Probably take Scion. Okay. Draw another removal spell, which is good. I think he's going to scam a Grief here. Obviously, if he scams a Fury, it's not great for me. If I just jam Scion, but I still have Binding and Bolt to deal with it, so I think I'm going to risk it. Hopefully it's not a Fury. Yep. I think we're just gonna bolt the monkey. And then hold up SWD and binding. Just gonna do this now because of Undying Effects. So I feel like I'm in a pretty good spot. We'll see what he tries to do here. Okay. Maybe I'm not. Must have just drawn that. Else he would have played it last turn. I guess he was playing around. No, I was tapped out. Okay. I think this is generally fine. I do have to be wary of Blood Moon, but he doesn't have a third land, so I think we'll just do this. Hopefully I draw into some action. That is some action. Okay. Just hold up stubby D now. Okay. Creature that can't block. Blood Moon. Sack Dothy. Thought Sees Me. Blood Moon me. Is that the line? Oh, I guess he can't get Thought Sees back with Dothy. I don't know why I was thinking that. Okay. He knows what's in my hand. I guess he just like I don't know what his plan was here. Okay, it was game 1 versus Scam. So we're gonna bring in the Veils. I think we're gonna bring in the Rest in Peace. I think that's gonna be it. They do play Bolt. We'll trim on Brawlers. I think the Dramokas is fine. Remand. He has a lot of cheap spells, but could be worthwhile. Tribal Flames we can trim on. Maybe trim on one monkey on the draw. Something like this. I don't know if the remands are amazing in this matchup. They have a lot of cheap spells on their hand, like remanding like a Fury or something, or a Spyro could still be useful. I think we'll try this. I feel like Teferi is also good in this. I do not like Mulligan against Scam, but this land only has 3 types, so I hate to do it. And this hand has 2 types. No, okay, this hand's fine. I think we just bottom the basic forest. It's like a little hard to play around Blood Moon if I do that. I think we just have to bottom the basic forest. Do they have the turn 1 thing? Looks like they do. Nope, just monkey. We're just going to trade our Nakatl for a monkey if he tries to attack. Obviously, he could have the Terminate or the Bolt. Or he could Undying his monkey. I'm not going to let this monkey connect, though. Or you could just have a second monkey. Want Blood Moon? Basic Mountain's kind of weird. Okay. I don't usually like monkey connecting. I guess I can bind it next turn. The problem with trading with it is like I have no other threats. But this is like very risky always to let monkey hit you. But if I let it hit, I kill my monkey and then he can recast his. I think we just... I don't think we let monkey connect. I don't know if this is the right play, though. If I don't draw a land here, I'm in kind of bad shape. Because the problem is, like, if I tap out, I guess I just wait and then end of turn can bind him. See what he does. I can't stub a Blood Moon, though, if he jams it. If he has one more land. I don't know if blocking monkey was the right play there. We just have to take this and see what he does. Second Dothy. Alright, we're just going to bind one of these Dothys. Maybe I'll just bind this one. I'm assuming he's not going to jam Blood Moon, or else he would have already. Yeah, I think I was supposed to jam. I was supposed to do the other Dothy because I think this one has the monkey exiled with it. So that was a bit of a misplay. Guess he's just going to try to race. It's fair. Please no Blood Moon. Okay. Do I want to loot something away here? I probably do. I really want that third land. But I discard. See, like, all these cards in my hand are good. Land? Scion. It's gonna be hard to win the race here. I guess I can just bind him. End of turn. Don't know that I want my life total to go any lower. I think that was as good as it was going to get. I could have veiled there, but then he gets his monkey back, and he's showing nothing in hand. That choice. Not sure. Really need a third land. Yep. I guess he just was trying to bait out the, well, now this game's basically over. I don't think that was smart how I played it. I guess I should just let him get the monkey back. He would have maybe just jammed it. I think he must have drawn Blood Moon. I don't think he would have waited this long to cast it, but maybe he was just waiting until he could resolve it. And I got stuck on two lands, so. Yeah. Okay. Well, my opponent got me. It's tough getting stuck on two lands. Well, on turn 6, turn 5. That was turn 6. So What can you do? Need like a bolt to kill Dothy. Don't want to reveal that I have. I just do SWD. That I have rest in peace. Nope. It's not gonna do it. Okay. Game 3. Do I want the remands? I think yes. Or do I want like Teferi instead? I just take the remands out. He's got Spyro. I wonder if Rest in Peace is better than Teferi. I'm overthinking this. Maybe just keep one remand in. Alright, we'll give this a shot. Okay, I hate mulliganing, but I think I have to here. Okay, this is better. We'll bin the basic forest. I think I have to use this WD here, else I'm going to lose something good. The issue with me not using it is he might just take Scion, then I have no threats, but now I can't cast Scion, so not in a great spot either. Let's think for a moment. Okay. I should have played a different land there. I should have played Binding, because if he goes Blood Moon, I could have fetched white, and then I just need one more land to play Binding on it. That was a bit of a mistake. But now I can fetch basic Forest and then basic Plains if he doesn't have turn 3 Blood Moon. Hopefully it doesn't lose me the game. Looks like he might have it. Basic Mountain's a weird choice. Like, why is he fetching a Basic Mountain? Yep. Well, we'll see if we can hold on here. Big regrets about not playing other fetch there. So you just have like terminate. That'd be bad for me. Maybe he has Fury. He's trying to hardcast. What probably it is. Kill my Scion. Yep. Yep. I'm trying to think. I'm in a really bad spot. So I can bind the Blood Moon, Tribal Flames Fury, hold up everything else. I think that's what I do. Do I have mana to do this? Pay 4. So 1, 2, 3. Do I want to be able to get a white? Probably. I think I want to. I don't know. He just play another Blood Moon. I can't really hold up anything at this point. I'm still dead to Bolt next turn. Oh, no. I can use 1 red for Tribal Flames. So I need to pay 1. And then I want a way to hold up SWD. Think like this. Bind Blood Moon. Okay. Now fetch white. Go to 5. One. Now we hope we can hold on. He's got 3 cards in hand. He's got to have something else. Yep. Well, didn't have a way around that one. That's a... Oh, man. Killing me. Such a close game. Like, you could say Blood Moon won that game, but the reality is me playing the wrong fetch lost me that game. I could have binded the Blood Moon a turn earlier and then had access to all my spells. So that's frustrating for me. That's not how I want to start off the challenge with a loss due to my own misplay, but yep. So yeah, basically turn 3 I was supposed to play a I think it was a Foothills or sorry, no, Flooded Strand. And that way I could have fetched the planes in response to the Blood Moon trigger, and then next turn I could have just binded the Blood Moon. And then I could have had access to all my spells again. But instead, this happened, tried to survive, he had the bolt in hand, and he just beat me down with Dothy. So, couldn't really, I really needed to draw my own bolt or something to kill Dothy, and I just didn't get it. I'm not sure, I'm trying to think like if I could have done anything differently. Like, you could say, should I have binded Dothy, Tribal Flames Dothy? No, I need to kill Fury. He just had the bolt in hand. He had the Thoughtseize and the bolt. So that was pretty much like the only thing that could have, like having double bolt, or maybe even dashing Ragavan. I guess I would have been dead too. But he had the Thoughtseize plus the bolt, so that's a tough loss. Okay, I'm back for round 2 of the challenge. This hand has no threats, so I'm going to mulligan this. Can't cast most things in my hand. I guess we'll keep this. We're going to bin Tribal Flames. Maybe trim bin Stubby D. I don't know. Bin Bolt. Bin Bolt. I'm not sure. It's close. Scam again. Wish I had my bolt. Well, I don't think I can get hit by Ragavan, so gotta play the Nikado. Maybe on the draw it was smarter to keep bolt. I'm not sure. See if they have a removal spell. Nope. It's just like Jund. I will trade here. Guess it's maybe just Jund. Do I bind the Shadow Spear? Do I hold up Stubby D? Next turn I could play the Triumph. Could we hold up both here? Don't know if this is the right play. Confused by all the basics. It makes me think he's just gonna jam a Blood Moon. I think I'm just gonna bind this DRC. Maybe it's smarter to bind the Shadow Spear. Not sure. He's only got 2 cards in hand, so I feel like he might be out of threats. I guess he could Blood Moon me here. That would be bad. He doesn't have Delirium yet. He needs one more type. Okay. I guess he's not using Blood Moon with Urza Saga in his deck. Now he still needs one more type for Delirium. Second Scion's good. I think I'm just going to hold this second land to cycle potentially. I'm not sure if there's a reason to play it now. I don't really have a lot of any 3-drops in the deck. Next turn I could, I guess, get Gigantha and hold up Stub, but I think I want to hold it to cycle. I guess there's no difference if I stub this or not. He won't see what else is in my hand if I stub it, so we should. Now he's got 4 types, so he's probably going to Unholy Heat me. Or he's just going to take 8, but I'm assuming he's got Unholy Heat in this deck. Upkeep Unholy Heat? No. Okay. Is there like any reason to actually do this now? Should I just wait a turn? He'll make a token, he'll gain some life. I think I just wait a turn. I guess he does have discard spells in his deck. So I guess I'll just put him at 2. Just because of discard spells. Maybe we'll get like I don't know what he'll get actually. He needs something that can like destroy a creature. I mean, he can gain 4 life here. Assuming he's got like Unholy Heat. Okay, that's not exactly gonna do it. Ren? No, black red. Terminate. Should equip Shadow Spear? Yeah, okay. So 5/5 life linker. You're still dead next turn. Okay. Alright, game 1 versus Jund. Obviously they got some artifact synergies. So, and with their Ursa Saga. So we're gonna bring in the Dramoka's Command. We'll bring in the Wear Tears. Dramoka's and the Rest in Peace. I could bring in the Veils as well. What isn't so great? I think they probably play Bolt. Ragavan on the draw, not so good either. Against a Ren 6 deck. Remand. They probably have a lot of cheap spells. I don't know that Remand's that going to be that good. Maybe one. Veil on the draw is much worse. I think we maybe just keep this. Maybe this isn't. I don't know. Maybe Remand should come out completely. Like I don't know what package they're on, but I didn't see any really expensive spells. Okay, the classic 1-lander. Can't keep this, even though I don't like mulliganing against decks with discard spells. I will keep this though. I think we'll just put back this Triome here, and then we'll see if they have the turn 1 discard spell. Looks like it. Yep. Wonder if they'll just take my threat, or if they'll take the rest in peace. Like the Wear Tear. They must have Urza Saga then. I guess they're just gonna try to go wide with Saga tokens. I'm gonna go Nikotl as a 2/2 just because of Ren and 6. Maybe they just have another discard spell. No, I'm a little surprised by their choice of Wear Tear. I'm guessing they're about to play Urza Saga, so maybe I could have just played Nikotl as a 1/1, but I think it's worth the risk. Yep. Could hold Remand here, but I think they're just needed too much value from Urza Saga. If I just wait. They know I have. I guess I'll just jam Rest in Peace. I don't know if this is absolutely necessary. They don't really have a lot of graveyard synergies now, but I could hold up Remand. I just don't know if I'm going to get a juicy target for it. We'll see. Maybe they'll play like Blood Moon. Nah, they have Urza Saga. I don't know, they'll play like Liliana or something, and I'll feel like an idiot. Looks like it. Why would they shock that in right now? Huh. Okay. It's a good draw. Okay, we'll play this. Do I want to give it trample right now? It'll be a 2/2. Or do I want to just hold up binding to bind it before they can gain any life? Not sure. I think I want to hold up binding to stop them from gaining life next turn. Although if they chump, I guess they probably won't chump with it. Not sure this is the right play. Maybe I should just get a Scion in play and not get too cute. I think I'm just going to jam Scion here. It's close, though. Like, they're going to gain some life. What were they going to Fatal Push? What the heck is this? Kind of charm? I don't know what this guy's doing. Trying to make a token? So he's making a token. K command? That'd be annoying. Not really sure what he's doing. Doom Dude want to make a token to start getting some life. I don't know what my opponent is doing. Yep. I think we're going to discard Remand here. I want to keep binding. It's good because they don't gain any life there, and then maybe I can just bind their token or something. We'll see what they do. I'm assuming they're just going to get Shadow Spear. Yeah. They can't equip it this turn. I think that we're probably just going to bind their token. Oh, actually, damn it, that was stupid. Could have blown him out by waiting to block. He'd block my token, and then could have bind Shadow Spear and killed everything. We'll just take his token, though. Okay, well, I don't know if that's the best. I'm going to get 3 damage in, but maybe it would have been better to try to blow him out. Okay. Maybe if he gets like a monkey or something, it'd be kind of annoying. Ren 6 is not as annoying. Pretty useless with Rest in Peace in play. So you're just going to bolt my Nikado, maybe? Okay, well, he's got a creature to equip now, which is slightly annoying. I assume that's what he's going to do. Oh, can't stub that. 0-1 Goyf, classic. I don't know why he didn't just equip there. He can't kill my Nikado. Dash Monkey, trade. I think we're going to just apply more pressure. Obviously, he just block with DRC and kill it, but then he's going to take 3. Or you block with everything, and then he doesn't have any threats to equip the Shadow Spear too. Assuming DRC on Ragavan, maybe. We'll see. Yep. Okay. It's fine. You're just trying to slow me down now. Is he thinking about it? No? Okay. I don't think the stubby is going to do anything, but I think I'm in a pretty good spot, unless he has like another threat in hand, which maybe he does. Maybe he's got another Ragavan. Or sorry, got a Ragavan. No, he's got another DRC. Again, DRC, much less scary without Delirium. Come on, do like Liliana right here or something. Tap out. Okay, grabs Gigantha. Plays a land. I don't know why he's not equipping this. It's like life total's under pressure. Does he just have like Fatal Push or something? I guess I can just stub that. Bolt is good. I could just bolt DRC here and get him for 3, but I think I want to save it. Maybe he lets this through. No reason to bolt now. If he plays another threat and tries to equip it with Shadow Spear, I'll just bolt it. Okay, I guess I forgot about Gigantha. Don't know, it would have made a difference though. Binding. Tribal Flames. Creature. Me swinging into Gigantha doesn't seem great. Although I could kill it. I think I just wait. Obviously, just pass the turns. here. Maybe I'll just bolt face. I'm not sure. He can't really attack with Gigantha right now. I guess I have to attack or else he's going to equip Shadow Spear and start gaining a bunch of life. Okay, now we're just in top deck mode. Now we are in top deck mode. Looks like he top decked something useful. Not really useful. 0/1 Tarmogoyf. Scary. He can equip it and gain 1 life every turn. Creature. Bolt. Not land. Come on, man. Seriously? Okay. Guess I just have to grab Gigantha here and... This will be a sad game to to lose. Okay. 2, 3, grab Gigantha, and then we wait. Would love to see a 2-drop threat. Don't think I've seen one yet this game. Scion? I guess I did have a Scion earlier. Okay. Okay. I think I need to hold up WD here. Okay, now the Dramoka's command gets much better. Don't think he attacks here. Okay. Do I want to kill this Tarmogoyf? Or do I just swing in for 5? I think I just kill the Goyf. Don't think this gets better. He'll gain 1 life from it, but I think I'm just going to take away his options to do anything. Next turn, we can go Gigantha. See if he's holding a bolt or something. Luckily, my opponent seems mana flooded, so that has helped. Okay, so we're back to 1-1 with the round 2 win against Jund. I'll see you guys for round 3. Okay, back for round 3. Looking at this hand, hand's fine. We got the turn 1 Ragavan into turn 2 Brawler, so I'm gonna keep this. See what my opponent's on. Bauble. Probably could be Breach, could be Murktide. Jund again? Oh my god. Imagine they take, I don't know what they take, Ragavan maybe? Scion, so they must have Fatal Push. And Bolt probably in hand. Can't deal with Scion. Okay, I think we're just gonna stick to the plan. Play our monkey, even though might die to something. That's okay. See if he's got a monkey of his own. Man, if this is Jund, then this is like more times that I've played against Jund in the past 2 games than I have like the past 2 months. Oh, I shouldn't have played monkey because of Ren and 6. This was stupid. Yep. Yep. Usually I remember that, but this time I forgot. Especially against a deck that runs Ren and 6. This was a huge mistake. Let's see if they have it. Looks like they do. I could Bolt Ren here, but I don't know. Probably need to apply more pressure. Basically 2 for 1 myself by doing that. Yep. Ren. Goyf. Okay. Not what I was expecting. There's no instant in the graveyard, so if I swing in... Okay, I don't think that's that helpful. I think we're just going to jam our Brawler here. If I swing in and bolt the Goyf, it'll go to 5-6. So I don't want to do that. Or that doesn't get me anywhere. Obviously, I could swing in. I could trade a lot of resources, but he's already at 13 life, so... We'll see what he does here. Liliana? Lose my monkey. Bolt. Assume he's got Bolt in hand, or else he wouldn't have. And that's why he took Scion. We're Fatal Push in hand. So I'll probably do that, pump his Goyf, and then swing in. Okay. Or he'll just do nothing, which is also fine. I think we're going to do this. Definitely going to hold up Stub. I could Tribal Flames his Goyf. That might actually be pretty good. Hold up Stub. I like that. The issue with that, though, I don't want to do that because he's probably holding on to a instant. So if I do that, he'll pump his Goyf. And I'll have to waste 2 cards on the Goyf. So I don't think that's super great. I could just swing with everything. He's going to block here. Decisions, right? Assume he's trying to blow me out with the removal spell, so I think I'm just going to Tribal Flames him and then hold up Stub. Maybe that's not the right move. Maybe you could say I should just like Tribal Flames and bolt the Goyf to kill it and then swing in for 7. I think that's potentially true. But like this is now a race, and with Stubby D, I feel pretty good. Although I don't have a way to get around this Goyf, which is kind of annoying. So I'm not sure if this is the right call. I think this is. I don't know what my opponent's possibly thinking about. They don't have any permission or anything. So I think I'm in an okay spot. Obviously this Goyf is a problem, but I don't think going Tribal Flames and Bolt was the right move. But Seiju, this land. Okay. It's a little annoying. It's already cast, though, and I will use Visage's ability. And I will get a Mountain Plains Saga Triumph. Not sure why he did that, but still 5 types. Oh, I guess he wanted to reduce the damage here. Okay, that makes more sense now. Obviously, he didn't know I could just fetch another Triumph, so now it does the same amount of damage. So he just basically used a Besaju for nothing, which is fine. I know he's holding up an instant speed removal, so I'll wait. I guess he could main deck Blood Moon, but I think that's unlikely. That would be a problem. No. He's gonna take this. He's probably got a second wave for something. Oh, he's of course he's a Death Shadow deck. Okay, well, let's think this through. Swing with both these. That's not great. I'll just block here, block here. What if I just wait and do nothing? Hold up Bolt for end of turn. Trade with his Death Shadow, potentially. I'm going to take 5. He could have another Bolt in hand. I guess I die to that. Other option, I could Tribal Plains the Death Shadow. Nah, I think we just risk it. We just play the Plains. Pass. Try to see if I can chump him and then burn him out at the end. Too bad I don't have double red. Guess I'm dead to removal spell, but he would have used it already. I don't think he has a way to pump his Goyf too. So just have a Bolt. That'd be sad. Oh my god, are you... Well, double Bolt in this top 13. I don't think there's anything I'd do differently. Damn. He was dead next turn. I just needed a second red source, and I didn't have it. So. That's frustrating. Okay, so he's on this, like, Scourge of the Skyclaves. That's Shadow bullshit. Binding is good. He plays Bolt, so let's trim on Brawlers. Maybe Veil of Summer. I don't know if I need anything else here. Like, I don't know if he plays Saga. It doesn't seem like it. Yeah, I mean, maybe I could have, like, killed, like, Tribal Flames, something earlier, but he had to have double Bolt in the top 13, which I didn't feel like was likely. But he had it. This is awkward. I guess I just have to play Zagoth here. Obviously, like, I really want double fetch because he could just get a discard spell, take my Kavu, and I'm in bad shape. But I think I have to risk it because otherwise I just can't cast anything turn 2, which doesn't seem very good either. I don't know. This is close because, like, one could say that I could place Heath. If he goes for a discard spell, I can Veil of Summer, and then turn 2, I can just hold up Binding, but that's, like, kind of slow. Otherwise, though, I lose my only threat to that, so I think I'm going to play it slower and see what happens. Hopefully I can just draw a fetch, and then this isn't an issue. I'm not sure if this was right, but you know, there's a big risk. Like I have one threat in hand, so if he just has a discard spell, then I just lose that, and that's not great. But it's also not great to not play my threat until turn 3. So we'll see. But I do have 2 bindings to deal with Goyfs. So, oh, I should have put Rest in Peace in here. I don't board it in. I guess they have Goyf. I don't know what else he has though. Like, is he playing on Holy Heat? Seems like he's on Bolt. So I guess RIP is good against Goyf, but it might be a little narrow if he's also on like the Death Shadow, Scourge of the Sakai Glaives kind of plan. But if he has DRC, then I'll probably board in RIP for game 3. He's got Bauble, but that could just be to pump his Goyf. I don't think he has a discard spell. See, or he's just holding it. Like, this is the issue with what I just did. Like, now I'm not in a great spot. I think I'll just go Foundry here. Land of the fetchable type. Okay. So I think we just keep Jam Goyf. He could have Fatal Push, but it is what it is. I don't have anything to really... I mean, I have Veil of Summer, but I don't think waiting a turn is maybe that smart. Maybe it is. I don't know. I think I just want to apply some pressure, though. Maybe you could say, hey, just hold up something. You know, wait until I can protect my Kavu with Veil of Summer against Fatal Push. But I'm not really doing anything. I'm not really applying any pressure this game yet, so by doing that. So I don't know that that's great. But obviously it's very bad if he just has Fatal Push here. Okay. Guess he doesn't have it. Maybe he does the discard spell now because my shields are down. He could have boarded in Blood Moon. Ren. Goyf. Okay. Not even gonna mess with this Goyf. Like my hand, can hold a Veil or SWD depending on what he does. Swing in. Exile Bauble. Yeah, now I'm feeling much better. Oh, I guess I should have tapped differently. I could have just held up Zagoth. So it looks like I could be bluffing a black spell. But do I stub this? No, that'd be stupid. No. Goodness, he still loses life with this. Drew a land. Maybe he's got another removal spell for Kabu. I think that was the right play, though. Or he's just going to play a Scourge or something. Or Death Shadow as a 1/1. Okay. Do I want to give him the chance to block here or just keep applying pressure? He could just let it through. He could chump. I think I'm just going to bind it. hold up stub. Have Tribal Flames for next turn. I'm not sure though, because if he plays a Scourge, I guess it'll only be a 4/4. So I don't trade with it. If he plays another Death Shadow, that's annoying. Okay, I think we're gonna do this. I think we are going to bind. Oh, no. Okay, I can get a basic Plains here though. Sorry, I was trying to think of like how we get double red. But I actually just need, I don't need double red if I have white. So I think we'll just get the basic Plains. He could be playing Blood Moon. So the plan right now is I will bind his Death Shadow, dash Ragavan, hold up SWD. So I'll do 7 to him, he'll go to 5, and then next turn I can just Tribal Flames him. So we just want to get a basic Plains here because we're going to bind the Death Shadow. Then we're going to dash Monkey. I guess we can actually kill him this turn, I think. Yeah, we can with the treasure. Okay, does that terminate? Good to know. Okay, is there anything I want to change here? Again, like Rest in Peace, it does hit Goyf, but I don't know that it hits enough. If he doesn't have the Goyf, then like it doesn't, I don't know that it does that much for me. Dromoka's Command could be relevant. It's probably worth having in. Maybe I trim on the draw. Maybe I trim on a Veil of Summer's good though with Terminate. Do I want to take the Reman's out? He's got a lot of cheap spells. Reman's not that great here. So let's take the Reman's out. Teferi, Wear Tear. Let's put the Flames back in. I just feel like Rest in Peace is too narrow, but it does shrink his Goyfs. He's playing like Bauble. I haven't seen DRC or like Unholy Heat yet. It seems like he's more on Bolt and Terminate. We can do Hidetsugu. I don't know. He doesn't have a lot of 1-drops though. Like normal Death Shadow Hidetsugu would be good, but here he's on the more the 2-drops. Maybe 1 Rest in Peace. I'm not sure if this is correct. It's hard to tell exactly what he's running. If he has other graveyard synergies. We'll try this. Seems like Leyline Binding probably a Difference Maker card in this matchup because I can just deal with any of his Goyfs or any of his big creatures. This hand's not going to work because it's a 1-lander. We're going to have to take this, but it's not good. Like if they, he could just basically destroy this hand if he has 1 discard spell. I've only got 2 actual spells. Looks like he's got it, so this is not great for me. Probably just take Scion. Oh, he does play DRC. Okay, it's good then I brought in Rest in Peace. I guess I should have figured he had this. Should have probably just done 2 Rest in Pieces. I guess it's like a Jund Shadow list, kind of. Kavu is good. Do I care about this DRC? I think I'll just bolt this DRC now. It does enable a lot of his stuff with a Surveil, so I could wait on it, but I don't want him to get more surveil triggers. And now that I have Kabu, I feel more comfortable going, because now I can fetch shock into Kabu. I do have to worry a little bit about Blood Moon here. I don't think he's going to do it, though. Could be wrong, but I don't think I can play around it here. Fortunately, I don't really have removal for, like, if he just plays a Scourge or something. So I'm kind of in trouble if he does that. Like, he could swing in for 10, play a 6/6 Scourge. Which is probably what he's about to do. Good block here. I don't think that's smart, though. I'll just have to try to race him. Hope I draw some removal, or hope he doesn't have it. So you're just going to jam Blood Moon. That would be so bad for me. No, he's just going to make himself play Death Shadow. That's a 2/2. Don't care. See, now I'm in trouble. Damn, this is like hard to deal with on the draw. This is really hard to deal with. I can't double spell anything, so like the problem is I can't even take 11 next turn, so I have to, like, let's just say if he has any sort of one other type, he can grow his Goyf bigger than what my Kabu can kill. I don't know if I can win this game without removal. Like, I basically have to play 2 big threats and then just chump. Which doesn't seem great. Well, let's think about this. If I play Scion, it's a 4/4, and he shocks again, this thing is going to be a 4/4. If he fetch shocks, it'll be a 5/5. But I'm in really bad shape. Guess Kabu could block here, Goyf blocks here, and then I take a ton of damage, and this thing grows huge. The other alternative is to have 2 5/5s in play. Is that any better than having a 5/5, 1 5/5 with first strike and 1 4/4? I mean, maybe it's... I think I just play the second Kabu and hope he doesn't fetch shock to a 5/5 here. And I'm going to have to let this through no matter what. But if he has a bolt, then I die to bolt. I don't think I have a way to play around it, though. Like, unless I, like, block differently. Like, basically trade my board. I think I just play my second Kabu. I don't know, I'm dead to bolt, so... Not really sure what to do here. Because this will become a 10/10. I guess I'm still dead to bolt. No, I can't shock. Oh my god. I'm in such a bad position. Yeah, I think that, like, I mean, it's hard. Like, I felt like on the draw without having binding, this is just a very hard matchup to deal with. Because he basically went turn 1 DRC, turn 2 Goyf, turn 3 Death Shadow Scourge. And, like, that's hard for my deck to deal with without having a lot of removal. I had the bolt, but I need another. I basically need a binding. And, like, I don't even know if I can win here because he could just shock in something else. He'll go to 9. But then if I fetch this, if I crack this fetch, this goes to 10, and then I lose if I don't block the Scourge. So obviously that's what he's going to try to do. Okay, that's not what I expected. Okay, I think I just have to block this. I'm dead to too many things if I let this through. Like bolt and stuff. Guessing he doesn't have bolt though, or else he wouldn't have done that attack. Maybe there is some world where I let that through. I think that's crazy though. He's got to have bolt. My only guess for why he didn't swing with everything is... Oh, come on, dude. Seriously? What is this start? Alright, I think I need 5 types here. I think I just need to pray for binding. I don't have a way out. I mean, I can put 2 creatures down. Trade for these with these things. I guess that's what I have to do. Like, does it make a difference if I go to 9? Probably. We'll bring these up to 4 4s. I guess I just play my threats and hope he doesn't have anything else. I mean, obviously he'll be able to grow his shadows by a lot. I think I just have to hold back and hope I can hang on. Can't attack here. Because he'll just let it through, and then I'm basically dead next turn. Yeah. Okay. I really need like a binding or something. I don't think I'm going to have this one. If he has basically 1 removal spell, I'm dead. Like Terminate or something. Or even another shock would be bad. Maybe I should have just let that Scourge through last turn. I don't think that really solves anything, though. I would have had 1 more Kabu alive. Could have potentially swung with the Kabu this turn. Probably not, though. So obviously I have to block this. What is more relevant? Brawler? I think Brawler. Dies to Bolt. Maybe I could have played... Maybe I should have just played Nikotl there. Don't know. Doesn't have Delirium yet, though. Me growing his creatures isn't great. But I think I need to... Me not doing anything also doesn't help. Like, if I attack with everything here, he's got 1, 2, 3. It's 9. It won't be lethal. I think I just attack with Scion. Play my 2 threats. I'm trying to think if I need... If I attack with this, I can loot, but... If I attack with Scion, the problem is it's going to be 6/6, 6/6, 9/9. So I'm going to lose all 3 of my blockers, basically. And then he could still swing in for 5. So if he gets Delirium, then I'm dead. But if I don't swing, like, I'm not in any better position. He's just going to attack with the Scourge again. And maybe get Delirium. Like, he's got a wide enough board now where he could, like, fetch Shock. Turn these things into 4 4s. I have 4 blockers. He'll just keep beating me down with the Scourge. I'm not really going to get anywhere. This is tough. Like, I don't... The problem is, like, let's just think this through. If I swing here with Scion, he goes to 7. He could fetch Shock down to 5. These things are all going to be huge, so I'm going to have to block all 3 of these and then still take 5. And then... But I'm only going to have Scion left, so... Like, I'm not going to be able to kill him with that. It's not a 2-turn clock by doing Scion. Maybe I just go a wide board here. I'm not sure if this is correct. I don't think me attacking with Scion is great. If he wants to fetch Shock, that's fine. I have a lot of blockers now. I need to wait until the time when I can, like, swing for lethal. Or draw binding. I'm not sure. This is, like, tough. I don't think swinging with Scion there was the right move. I need to hope to top deck, like, binding or something. Or Tribal Flames. You know, assume my opponent just keeps bricking. Yeah, I think, like, you know, maybe I should have... Okay. Well, now I think if he gets Delirium, I think this is lethal then. I'm not sure, though. If he's going for it, he's going for it. He got Delirium, but I'll still go to 1. Unless he has a removal spell, and I think I die. I'm not sure, actually. So now he can fetch Shock. Alright, he can just Shock down to 7. Okay, he's got nothing left in hand, so... Maybe he just attacks with everything. Maybe he doesn't. Maybe I'm wrong. So, obviously, I have to go to 1 here. So I want to keep my Scion alive. All right, let's just think for a second here. Sign blockers. Is there a way for me to just not die? Okay, I'll go here. If I let through... I go to 1. If I let through Goyf, DRC, I go to 1. I think I can win this. Did this guy punt? So, if I go... This is a 5-6, right? I'm not misreading this. There's no way for it to get to 6-7. Is there a creature in the graveyard? There is. He doesn't have anything in hand. So I just need to block these 2. And then... Oh, okay, never mind. I guess I'm not thinking straight. So... This will block here. Because I can. I guess I don't have him. Next turn, I need a burn spell off the top. Let me just think for a second. What if I let that through? That's like a free block, so that'd be stupid. I was really hoping that one of these creatures would be able to live. Now, there's an argument to just let the DRC damage through. These things will grow more, but I don't think that makes a difference. What is it letting the DRC damage through do? It allows me... Now, my Scion is going to live no matter what. Okay, I think I just do this. I think I need a burn spell off the top, or a Ragavan or something. Right. The alternative is to... I can't let a Kabu live. Unless I go to 1. But if I let a Kavu live, then he's dead to a lot more. Kavu live instead of Scion. If I do that, what if I... do this, go to 1. Go to 1. Now he's dead to a Dash Ragavan as well. And I can loot something away to dig more. So 3 plus 5 is 8. I'll go to 1. That's what we're going to do. Unless I'm like missing something. So now I have 2 looks at a burn spell. It's not a burn spell. Are you kidding me? So he's going to go to 1. Right. Put a counter on him. Oh my god. Are you kidding me? Alright, well, I guess that's it. We'll lose the game on 1 life with my opponent on 1 life. So I guess, I mean, I'd have to look at it. I don't really know if I could have done anything differently. Like, they just had the, double shadow. They had the DRC into Goyf into double shadow, or into Shadow Scourge and then shadow again. And like, I tried to get a wall of blockers out. I think I played it as best I could. My opponent was dead to a Tribal Flames. He was dead to a Bolt. And I had 2 looks at it, but didn't get it. Very frustrating. Yeah, I mean, that's it. I don't think I can make the top 8 with 2 losses, so that's pretty much how it goes. I think I played as best I could. Fortunately, that game 1 loss is still killing me with the fetching the wrong land that probably resulted in the match loss. So we're at 1 and 2. I mean, we can see how it shakes out, but with 100 players, I don't think my chances are good of making the top 8 with 2 losses. Okay, I'm back for round 4. I'm on the draw this game. There's a double Kavu 5-lander. I think I keep this just because Kavu's such a strong threat. Usually I don't love keeping the 5-landers, but with 2 good threats, then hopefully I can just draw into more actions, especially on the draw. Bauble. Murktide maybe. Breach maybe. Don't play anything. Makes me think Breach. Okay, we'll just play the Triumph. I was thinking about maybe I'd save the Triumph for cycling and play other fetches. Maybe that's a better play. Looks like it's Murktide. Now it's bad if they just hold up Counterspell. Looks like they got a threat. Are they going to dash Ragavan? Ledger Shredder? Okay. Of course, this is bad if they just go like turn 3 Blood Moon. But like, I don't know if I can actually play around it. I could just kill their Shredder. Doesn't really get me anywhere. I think I'm going to go basic Forest. Play around Blood Moon. That way I can at least cast all my spells if they Blood Moon me. And being 4 toughness versus 5 toughness doesn't make much difference. He doesn't have Delirium yet. He's like a sorcery away from it. Or a creature away from it. There's the sorcery. Okay. Well, it was dead no matter what to Unholy Heat, so Probably gonna just heat my Kavu. Yep. Yep. On the draw against Murktide. A little tough sometimes, but at least I don't need to play around Blood Moon anymore. Fortunately, my hand is full of 2 drops. I might just kill this Shredder when I can, because I don't have much else going on. Okay, I think I am going to just kill the Shredder now. So we'll just play this tapped. Obviously, I'm not applying pressure here, but I don't want this Shredder to grow too big. Next turn, I can double spell my creatures. Hopefully, he just doesn't jam Murktide here. Okay. Never mind, he might just jam Blood Moon. Second Shredder. Murktide. Yeah, this is, wow, quite the turn. Yep. And this is just how it goes sometimes. Binding. Binding. Yeah. Getting a little mana flooded this game too. I'm on a 2-turn clock as a Murktide, so I don't think I can actually... Not sure if this game is winnable at this point without a binding. I fetched the wrong land. Alright, well, I should probably just concede this game. I needed red. I need a second green source to be able to cast Brawler and Kavu, and instead I just got a basic Plains. So now this if this game wasn't over before, now it's probably really over. Because he's probably just gonna get a Bolt or an Unholy Heat. Oh man, that was not great. I would have had to go to 7 though, so I would have been dead anyway to a Bolt plus Murktide. If I top deck a Binding, maybe I can survive. Why did he not? I guess he's just holding up Counterspell. That's probably what he's doing. The Binding doesn't even help me. Yep, too many lands. Okay, game 2. Okay, sideboarding against Murktide, pretty straightforward. We're going to bring in the Rest in Peace, and we're going to bring in the Teferi. We're going to trim on Remand because they have so many cheap spells. And we're also going to trim on Brawler because they have Bolt. Obviously, they have Heat too, but I think the rest is fine. Okay, on the play, this matchup's easier, like any matchup. Okay, I think this is fine. This isn't an amazing hand, but I got some removal per monkey, I've got some threats, so I think I keep this as a 7. So here we're just gonna we'll see if our Nikado connects, and then we're just gonna jam a Nikado and then hold up Bolt. Blood Moon, less of a concern on the play. Still a concern, but less of one, especially now that I have 2 creatures in play already. Okay, let's just have double Bolt or something. I could Bolt face here. Sure. Maybe a Spell Pierce. I'll let him waste it on that. Okay. It's fine. Binding's a strong draw. I think we're just going to play a fetch to play it safe against Blood Moon. I can fetch a white source if he goes Blood Moon. He still doesn't have Delirium yet. Instant, land, sorcery. He's a 4th type. Am I missing something? Love it. Love to see it. We're still going to get a Plains just to be safe. Scion's good. I think we're just gonna keep our life total good. Keep up Bolt or Binding. I don't think I need to keep up both at this juncture. Shredder. I'll kill it if he bobbles. That does give him Delirium, but no, he would have had it anyway with the bobble. See who tries to go Murktide. Okay. Pretty easy win there. Obviously, my opponent helped me out a lot. That's probably why I'm in the 1 and 2 bracket. Or, sorry, probably why he's in the 1 and 2 bracket for me, making mistakes like that. But that was good. We got the pretty comfortable win without even seeing any of our sideboard cards. So we'll see on the draw. Okay, this hand's good. Got a few threats. Got Rest in Peace. Like to see it. We are going to keep this. Let's see what they play turn 1. If they go Creature, I probably just go on Ragavan either way, actually. I have 2 of them. I think it's better to do that than do the Nicodle. On the other hand, I could just play Nicodle and keep the Ragavan to dash. Okay, looks like they just go Spiral Canal turn 1, so they're probably holding up removal. Oh, almost skipped through my main. That would have been bad, huh? Do I want to just play Monkey into removal spell? I feel like whatever I do here is gonna... Crap. So I want to be able to... I think I go Steam Vents here so that I can go Nicodle. Yeah, that's what we're going to have to do. We're going to get Steam Vents here, and the reason is because I want to be able to cast my Ragavan this turn, and then next turn I want to be able to play Nicodle and hold up Stubby D because of the risk of Blood Moon. So that's why we're fetching this way, although normally with Dromoka's command, remember we want to fetch with green and white on separate. Okay, this is good. He doesn't have a removal spell yet. This is good so far. Bobble. Wonder if he's just gonna... I don't know. We'll see. Blood Moon's my biggest risk right now, so I don't think we're gonna jam Rest in Peace on turn 2. Shredder. Cat. He's dashing his own Ragavan. Alright, we're just gonna... I think we're gonna just trade Ragavans here. I have another one. I don't think I want to let this connect. He probably has like a removal spell or something. Yeah, we're just gonna do this. You could argue maybe I should have let Ragavan hit me. I just don't like to risk it. So now we go green-white, and we can play our Nakatl and hold up WD in case of Blood Moon. Blood Moon's like the biggest risk right here. Like, if he just goes Island into Blood Moon, I'm in trouble. Well, I'm not in trouble, but I would be in trouble if I didn't prep for it. He does go Island. So I just try to bolt him again. Try to bait out a counter. I don't think that makes sense. Oh, I should have dashed Ragavan there. So clearly holding up a counter spell. Do I care about that? We're going to just be safe. We'll play a Rest in Peace into a counter spell. That's okay. Okay, or we won't. Okay, now you're not playing Murktide anytime soon. Interesting. Does he just have nothing? A Braid. Okay. All right. Still in fine spot. So he tries to dash Ragavan again. I'll just bolt it. Okay. Kabu's good. So we're going to dash Ragavan. And then we're going to just play our Kabu. Kabu much harder to deal with now. Obviously, he could Blood Moon me and then like bolt it or something, but I still have Ragavan in hand. So I'm not as worried about that. I could have potentially just played... no, I couldn't have. I needed... Yeah, I had no way to play. Just because I had to fetch the basic to play around Blood Moon a little bit. I didn't have a way to hold up, play Kabu and hold up WD. So I had to kind of choose. Okay. I mean, yeah. Kabu tries to dress down. Again, I didn't, with how I fetched, I didn't have a way to play around it. I had to play around Blood Moon. Okay. Timely draw. Man, I can't. He could have Spell Pierce up. He probably does. I guess I just counter it. I can't dash Ragavan and play Binding at the same turn. See if he's got Spell Pierce. Nope. I think we just hold on to Ragavan here. Don't want to expose it to a removal spell needlessly. He's our only threat. Not sure if that's the right play. I'm surprised he hasn't cracked the Islet yet. Maybe he's just holding up a counter for Ragavan. Well, we got to jam it anyway. He's probably just holding up a counter. Yep. Or Archmage's Charm, maybe. To steal my Ragavan. That's definitely what he's going to do. Maybe not. Not sure. I don't know how dash works if you... Okay. Hard cast the Subtlety. Okay, well, now it's unfortunate that I had to fetch the 4 types to play around Blood Moon, but now it's like awkward because I can't cast Binding because I only have 4 types. So like the double spelling doesn't really work here. So, but it's also, I mean, I don't know. Turn 6. So he's got nothing. That's the good news. The bad news is I don't have anything either. Now he's going to have more stuff because he's top deck an iteration. Second iteration. Don't know what he's looking for. I'm just going to bind the subtlety. Maybe another Spell Pierce. Another land to hold up to protect his subtlety for Spell Pierce. So I'm just going to have to bind the subtlety, and then, like, we're still in top deck mode. Okay. So I could fetch a Triome, bind the subtlety, hold up Stubby D. I could shock in a Triome, bind the subtlety, grab Gigantha. Stubby D is probably not doing much here. Shocking isn't great when I'm at such a low life total. Let's think for a second here. Oh, I can't shock in a black source, so I can't do that anyway. Okay, we're just going to try them then. We want probably another red source. Or another blue source. Do another blue source. Okay. I'm going to just bind now to play around Counterspell. He could have Spell Pierce, but... we'll just jam a second Rest in Peace. I don't think it makes a difference. Holding up Stubby D doesn't... like, he has so many mana. So much mana, it doesn't do much. Okay, so it's devolved into top decking, which is good that I have Gigantha, and he can't play Murktide. But he might just hardcast a Murktide. A 3/3 Murktide. Blood Moon. Yeah, okay, that doesn't do much. I mean, it turns off my stub, but unless he's got something else. Okay. Do that. Go 1, 2, 3. Obviously, he probably just has Counterspell for Gigantha, but I don't have really other options. We're just both in top deck mode now. Is he doing it? Hardcast Fury, maybe? Yep. Maybe he was looking if I had a Bolt or something on top. Yeah, he's got Counterspell up. Can't cast that. Cast Gigantha into a Counterspell. I think I have to. Yeah, this game's not looking good either. Don't really know if I could have played it any, you know, I'm not sure. Playing it differently would have made a difference. Yep. Like, I'm trying to think if there's a way for me to... there wasn't really a way for me to fetch a basic forest. Plains made sense for what was in hand. But now, if he just has a Bolt, then I lose. Yep. So, turn 10, Murktide. Again, now you can say, like, Kavu, maybe I should have waited to play the Kavu, because a dress down. I don't know. I think this is... I think I'm fine with the way I played this game. I just think it didn't work out.